Oh, I should probably actually launch the Roll20 thing.
So, you all are in the fortress of Motherhorn, and you found a way to kill Indolin Moongrave. I don't know why her token is here, but oh yeah, because you dragged the body in here. But she's dead.
Yeah, because I marionetted her.
Yeah.
An ultimate act of irony.
The marionettes are afraid and completely cowed by this horribly evil genasi creature that would do something even worse than the hag. Let me zoom in here. What is going on with Roll20 right now? Let me restart this. So, you all have found a way to slay Indolin Moongrave. You made it up to her her prison beforehand. You released Gleam, the prisoner who helped you assassinate her, put on this play, and that also distracted the Dark Ones, the people that inhabit this tower. So you go up to a room, and Theron and Katawan and Din go into the Astral Sea, where once the infinite staircase that connected the planes of existence were, and it's been fractured by something that has corrupted and destroyed it. Got his soul back, made it back. Meanwhile, Kaber and Faith are like rifling through these play scripts that apparently, using the device, the orrery of tragedy, Indolin Moongrave was able to see into the future. And so you see some things in the future. Now, we ended the session last time right there. And Thomas, we went ahead and looked through some of the stuff that they found. But Katawan was gone anyways, okay? So you have very little time left. You have very little time before the Darklings find out what's going on. And you probably need to get out of here real fast. But Katawan and Theron and Blue, you come out of the portal, back out of the cabinet. You guys have been searching through. What do you tell each other? Like, what did you find in both places?
Dane's dragon.
It's really bad out there.
Dane's playing as a dragon. That's what this third one is.
Dragon with a capital D?
Yep, capital D, WDRAGON. Apparently this is how you spell it. And he, like, holds up the paper.
What kind of dragon?
Don't know. Does the paper tell me any description whatsoever of this terrible dragon nightmare?
Yeah, it just ends. This is really unfortunate because the story hasn't been written.
I've always wanted to take on a dragon.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, well, we all die and the Vale gets destroyed.
At that point, we're dead. It doesn't matter.
If it makes you feel better, if the universe were to be destroyed, that wouldn't actually be much of the universe. It seems like most of it's pretty gone.
Well, I mean, it's the part of the universe that I care about, but okay. I see where you stand.
All right. Anything else before... you probably don't have any more time left to try to search for things. Someone had made it... Oh, go ahead.
Just stuff a bunch of the papers in my pouch. I was like, as many as I can stuff in there that will fit, I'm taking them.
You stuff 3X plays.
3? I can fit 3 pieces of paper.
No, they're not pieces of paper. They're stacks of paper. They're plays.
Well, I'd want to make sure that I grab exactly ones that matter, so any of them that are about Dane or dragons.
Okay.
So that way I could thoroughly look over them later.
All right.
Then we can...
You all probably have like 2 minutes before someone shows up.
I think it's time we bounce. Get out of here.
Skedaddle.
Clapperclaw shows up with Squirt the oil can holding him, and he's like, guys, is that a dead hag? Is that Is
That's a
that?
dead hag.
No, she's alive. She's perfectly fine. There's no reason to be
She
alarmed.
looks pretty dead to me.
She always
No
looks
time
dead.
to explain. Just come on. Let's go.
Okay.
Papaya, papaya.
We don't have time to explain why we don't have time to explain.
All
Even
right.
that is too much explaining. Let's go.
Where do you all go? You have. It's been a week. Actually, it's been a couple weeks since this was mentioned.
The belfry.
Gleam had mentioned a belfry across from the balcony.
That's where we go.
Just for a point of order, is it Belfry or Belfry?
I thought it was. I don't
Both.
know. Yeah.
I think it's
Okay.
important that we a few of us commit to different pronunciations.
Okay, dibs on Belfry.
You're all fired. It's Belfry.
Belfry.
It's
That's the
GIF.
Belfry.
It's GIF.
That depends. Are you talking about animated pictures or peanut butter?
The same. No, it isn't.
Pretty sure they're both GIF.
All right. As you go across the tragedy of orreries, or the orrery of tragedies is still spinning down below. It's still collecting energy. It's running. You come up to where the balcony is, and you can see on the other side of the balcony. There's you can see where the plays are down below, and there's a strange like flying device to your right front. You can't see from the VTT, and to the left front is a kind of parapet with castle styled open windows with no glass, just open ports.
I vote we use the flying thing.
I'm sure that we've received instructions on which direction the belfry was. Which one of these leads to Belfry Ho?
She did not. She just said it was across from the balcony.
Well,
I mean, can we just like see it?
Yeah.
Well, there are two doors here. There's a door on the left and on the right. That being said, what you're able to tell is that both of these things are kind of like castle parapets, like two, fortifications, like things that come out from the castle tower. And then, yeah.
Are either of those? Are either of them sloped upward? like if we look through the doors, do they both go straight, or does one angle upward or downward, or?
They're symmetrical. There's no change in terrain here where it goes up or down.
Damn.
Well played.
So I
The
wasn't
Belfry is always at the top, so.
I wasn't
that
here
would've
when
been easy.
here. So have we been either of these directions before?
You've never,
Nope.
yeah, other than dragging the body of Indolin Moongrave away from the balcony, no one's been here.
And there's no information we can glean. What'd you say was okay? So this is a ledge, right? So we're overlooking the play,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like a
Okay,
balcony.
and is there a ceiling above it?
Uh,
Like if I look over this ledge, is there a ceiling above it, or is it open sky?
Yeah, that's. Okay, so this is the balcony then.
yeah, this is a balcony. Down below the balcony, like 50 feet, 40 feet below, you can see where the amphitheater is. You can see where the stage would be, and then it goes just off into this void with lightning and clouds.
Okay. So, like, I can't like lean over and try to see if I see the balcony in either, or the belfry in either direction.
Yeah. So you lean over and
Yeah.
you look inside. Yeah, that makes sense. And you can see that there is a huge bell in this one.
I point and say that way. Probably.
Hannah tries to open this door.
It doesn't seem to be locked. You open it, and when you open it, you see inside bottles filled with crackling lightning. They're lining the bookcases that are in here all along the walls of the chamber, and there's a open archway leading to a stone balcony on the other side overlooking the amphitheater 40 feet below. And on the opposite side of the room from the arch is a large wooden desk. And there are stacks of parchment that flutter under a stone paperweight shaped like a toad. Scattered on the desk are ink pots and ink-stained quills, lots of written notes, and dangling from a rafter near the desk is a rusty cage that holds 3 folded paper birds flitting about like moths. And there is... you can see above you... I'm sorry. I think you should still see this, though. It's that it hangs above you. So it's one of those things where you take a rope and you like go like that and it swings the bell and it rings it, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pulley.
I grab a couple bottles of the bottle lightning.
Yeah, I would like to join in looting the lightning as well.
All right.
Also wanted to get a bottle of the lightning.
You all, that's how many bottles of lightning you find. And actually, I'm wrong. There's a crap ton of it. Each of you find 10 bottles of lightning.
Holy
Nice.
crap.
A lot of lightning.
Yeah. There is a inscription on the bell is hanging, and it comes just below the ceiling reef. You look in, you can see where the bell's hanging out, and then it goes up into a recess up in the roof where there's rafters and there's the bevel that holds the bell, and then you've got a rope where you can ring the bell, and it's tied to a wall. And there's a thing on the wall that says, "Toll the bell within the spire to journey to your heart's desire."
Oh, that's pretty straightforward.
Oh, Heart's Desire. Clever.
It's just grab the thing and ring the bell. Fuck it.
I'd like to swiftly grab the bird cage of papers.
All right.
I joined in pulling the rope.
I'm gonna start with the birds, the paper birds. The paper birds inside the cage flitter at you angrily. They're not they don't like you. But yeah, you've got a bird cage with 3 paper birds that are angrily flapping against the cage's constraints. And when you take the rope and you pull on it, you both pull on it. It goes, and it vibrates really loudly, and it echoes out into this abyss that you see out in front of you. You can hear it echo like and back to you from the void. And for now, nothing seems to happen. Except, oh, go ahead.
Nothing.
Everybody can make a perception check. And meanwhile, Clapperclaw comes up and he's like, hey, y'all, Squirt and I, we were wondering what are y'all doing here? What's the plan?
I got a dirty 20 on perception.
I got dirty 20 as well.
15.
26.
What's going on, guys?
We're trying to ring the bell to get to Heart's Desire.
You're trying to get to the Palace of Heart's Desire?
Yep, you got it.
Something like that.
Oh, well, that sounds great. It was great meeting you all, but I don't think I want to go there, so I'm just gonna head out now. It was great meeting you.
Be careful; they may kill you if you try to leave.
I gently take one of his claws in both hands and smile sweetly, and then just wait for something to happen.
Oh, the cute little Faith, yeah. Wait, is there some trick? Why?
Well, if I'm holding on to him, I'm assuming he won't get away for whatever's going to happen since we rang the bell.
He says, Clapperclaw says, yeah, I understand the danger and hanging around here, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're pretty much certain to die if we go to the Palace of Heart's Desire, so I pretty much don't want to do that.
That's a good analysis. Ring the bell. Ring harder.
I just keep smiling and don't let go.
Ring my bell.
He's gonna try to get out of here, and Squirt the oil can is down too. He's like, yeah, it was great and everything. This is a good time, but I'm ready to get out of here now. Faith, you can roll athletics check to see if you can overcome Clapperclaw there. He has a 18 flat because he's definitely not athletic.
Let's see, athletics. I'm decent at that. 18.
Oh crap! Okay, roll again. Roll one more time.
What? It meets it beats it. Okay, well, I'll roll again.
I don't remember that being the case. But I'll make you a deal.
Well,
I'll roll and see if he. Okay, so he doesn't beat a 10. So now he's struggling. He's like, hey, let me go. Let me go.
I'm just like, shh.
And then on the horizon,
Kidnapping.
as you are trying to like you're ringing this bell, you can see something out on the horizon, little dots, and they're growing larger. And then you hear footsteps coming from back toward the stairs.
I would like to create bonfire,
Just
like right here,
okay.
and like block this hallway because I'm assuming it's bad people coming.
All right.
You said from this direction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to create it like right here.
Is this a big gun?
No, it's some sort of bird-like construct.
Does it look like it has a saddle?
Yeah.
I'd like to cast Dimension Door and go over there.
Okay. Cool. You're over here. I'll describe what you see. This castle turret is once again about 40 foot high with a balcony overlooking the amphitheater. There is a wooden ornithopter sitting on the balcony. It has a round bird's head with beady eyes and a metal beak and leathery wings folded against its chassis. And I will show you what it looks like.
Is there anything else in this area of the room? Besides this red light?
This is just a plain room with the exception of this ornithopter here. This looks like almost like... Caber wouldn't know, but this is like a landing pad with like a traffic landing light.
Cool. Alright, I'd like to take my mundane dagger and shove it in the door so that it cannot be... The latch cannot be engaged and the door will stay jammed shut. And then I'd like to try to orient myself with this ornithopter.
Alright, let me see here.
Kind of approach it and be like, hi, you're no strawberry, but you look fancy. And he's gonna kind of pet it as if it's alive.
You pet it, and it is a completely inanimate object. I really want to show you what it looks like because it's kind of freaking cool. Let me try this. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Oh wait, here it is. I have it. And it also, this tells you about it, so it's a little meta, but that's okay. You can try to fly this thing if you want to try.
I mean, I'm going to shout out to the others, hey, look what I found! And then I'm going to kind of straddle it like it's a motorcycle.
You see some levers on it, but it has a very comfortable saddle.
Alright, can I see those dots that were out in the distance?
Yeah, but they're no longer dots, and you definitely hear footsteps. Fortunately, someone's cast a fire here, and there's this sound of like arguing and complaining on the other side of the fire as it looks like somebody is trying to make it through here without being scorched. Those dots out in the distance they're very clear now what they are, and they are giant cranes. They're cranes, but they're giant. and you can see them now getting very close.
Oh my gosh, are they the giant eagles gonna save us?
Yeah,
Fly us back to freedom. Do they look friendly from a distance?
yeah, definitely. And eventually they land here, and there's like there are 5 giant cranes that land here.
I'm no expert on cranes, but I think that's a pterodactyl.
Yeah, they definitely don't look like cranes.
Are they?
Yeah, I can't see these being used to build something at all.
Are they still friendly?
Yeah,
Or were
they
you-
land and then they point back away from the parapet, and then they lower like being ready to be mounted.
Absolutely. I hop on.
I hop on this one right here.
Straddling this ornithopter, I kind of pick it up, kind of like kids do with their water floaties, and kind of shake it up and down to make the wings flap, because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I desire to ride the pterodactyl that best fits my turtle as a helmet. I want to put my turtle on one, and if it fits, that's the one I want to ride.
Okay. You flap the wing up and down, Caber, but it just doesn't do anything. I would say that you guys probably
Can I
have.
try to figure this out?
You have what are you gonna do?
I want to try to figure it out. I'm gonna start pulling levers and knobs and pushing buttons and see what I can get to do. Well, I'll try to keep my feet on the ground in the meantime while this is happening.
Yeah. You put your feet on the ground. You start pulling levers and knobs. Nothing seems to happen while you're doing that.
I'm gonna try to think back to all the playwrights and stuff and think of I've seen like a password or an activation word for it.
What do you say? Just make it up.
I
It's
don't
okay.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You have to make it up.
Line, please.
As soon as you say line, all of a sudden it raises on its feet, and starts walking on its, like a mechanical bird legs, and raises you up, and then it flies over and forms a line with these other cranes and flies in the air with them.
When it takes off, I just point forward and say encore.
It takes off. Clapperclaw, seeing that these things are coming through the fire at the last moment, he jumps on the last remaining crane, seeing as he has no choice now. And where's Catalan?
He's right here.
I don't see him. Oh, he's behind the crane.
He's
To the
been
front.
consumed.
To the back. There we go.
Turns out children riding pterodactyls is dangerous.
Also lost. I lost Faith, I guess. There she is. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
I put myself on one while you guys were talking.
I don't have an ornithopter, so let me see if I can actually find an actual ornithopter.
Why don't you just copy pterodactyl and then put like the blue filter thing on it so that it's different? That's fine with me.
I don't think I can do the filter, but I can put another crane down here.
Just click on it and then you can. When you double click on it, it lets you put a filter.
Tint color, is that it?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I
There
just
you go.
discovered that.
There you go.
I've never known that until now.
It's really not that useful, but it's fun for identifying certain tokens.
It's in this situation where I need to identify an ornithopter from a pterodactyl from a giant crane. It turns out this one feature just comes in real handy. So,
Otherwise, pointless feature.
what? You broke up.
Oh, I said it's an otherwise a pointless feature. Yeah.
Okay.
Used outlessly as intended.
So you guys have bottles of lightning, and you have the cage with the 3 angry paper birds. And these things, they take off, and as soon as you say encore, you fly ahead, and all of the giant cranes, they flap and they take off gracefully after this ornithopter that is not flying gracefully. It goes like bzzz, like that in front, and then like eventually they tamp out this fire, and you see the fortress of Motherhorn behind you as these darklings look out from the parapets that you were
I'd
on.
like to chuck a bottle of lightning at these darklings.
Gosh, why? All right, I'll make a dexterity saving throw for this senseless
Really,
murder.
the Darklings have never done anything to us.
Yeah, I've never even. I don't know what you mean by darklings, so I'm.
You can roll 2d6 lightning damage for 2 completely innocent people.
All right.
We're the
real
only
quick, how do I
when
sound?
you
I'm
sound.
at least glad
John?
that Mason is no longer the moral center of our group.
That's a 2.
He needs a few murders.
The secret to Mason's soul thing was that he never actually got it. He never actually got his soul back.
He never actually lost
Really?
it.
Yeah, or this
was
is
always secretly
this is
evil.
how it always was. What did you get, Mason?
See, you kicked us all out, so I don't know if you were fucking with us or not right now.
What'd you get, Mason?
2.
A 2. Good. Okay, they don't die. The end. And
I
you,
tried.
you fly through the air. Let's see.
So we won D&D.
And you're on the backs of these things. They swoop gracefully over the pinnacles of Yon, and lightning shooting through the air until you enter a mist. And you fly through this mist for some time. Eventually, the ornithopter starts kind of trailing back, and the cranes seem to veer off in a different direction. What do you do, Caber?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Does it look like it's is it like clockwork and it's running out of wind, or like what's going on?
It looks like the cranes know where they're going and you don't.
Oh. Can I steer this thing?
When you try to steer it, it doesn't do anything.
Oof. Can I try to command it to follow?
What do you say?
I say, you're stepping out of line. Stay in formation.
And then it does that, and it joins
choreography.
right behind the rear crane and stays perfectly in formation with it. Just
And wipes
the
around.
crane's like just gracefully flapping slowly through the mist, and then you on this ornithopter like bzzz, like that in the back.
I think Caber goes from like holding on to the handlebars. I assume it has handlebars. I didn't really look at the picture, to be honest. He's going between that and like covering his ears because the noise is like super loud. So he's like halfway holding on, halfway just like, man, this is loud.
Eventually, you come out of the mist, and you see a green garden on a floating isle with a castle covered in a giant thorn. I'm gonna bring this up first. It looks like this. The towers and portions of the garden choked by this massive stalk, like a beanstalk. It's circling around it and then pulling it down in places and raising it up in others. It is a kind of twilight here, and is otherwise quiet. And
I would like to comment on the beanstalk that that's one way to fight hunger.
can everybody see their tokens?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna remove your mount. We'll get back to the mount here and what happens to it in a second, but I realize that your tokens are like itty bitty now. Actually, can everybody just move up to this square, please?
Can I not keep my ornithopter?
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a
Grid
second.
turned on, by the way, I don't know if you know that.
Here, where's everybody? Can everybody move their tokens right
We're
here?
stacked up on Din.
Okay, I'll fix it.
That's why I was letting you know about it.
Okay, now can everybody kind of spread out but in this area here so I can see? So I don't think you can resize your tokens if I don't do it. And I just need Catalan. Alright, you can stay there for a second, please. Alright, Catalan, you moved again. Where'd you go?
Sorry.
He's next to Din.
Unless you want to be like a mouse. Which actually might be useful,
Children,
but...
stay still. It's like hurting cats.
That's probably what happens is like you fly in and everybody jumps off and like then it's like
everyone gather around. We need to do a head count. Make sure no
right.
one's missing.
Yeah, that's what's going on. We're doing the children's head count right now. I don't know where Catalan is. I lost the token.
I'm right here.
Where are you? I don't see you. Oh, you're right tiny. You probably you say that in character. You're like, I was right here the whole time.
I'm right here.
Gosh, could you people be a little bigger? It'd make this kind of easier for me.
Okay, so I'll describe what you see here. The mounts, they obediently stay here in this garden. I mean, the ornithopter obviously is just here to do whatever you want. You know, it's not going to go anywhere. But
so it acts to verbal commands, right?
It appears to do so, yes. When you're writing it.
Okay.
Defeat our enemies?
No. I'm going to say storage mode.
It like goes and it like actually folds in on itself.
Is it light enough that I can like strap it into my backpack?
It would be possible to do that, but you would be encumbered and unable to do anything else.
So no.
So you could carry it if you had to, but you're not going to be doing anything else. It'd be like carrying like a mattress or something.
I'm doing it. I'm going to carry it with me.
What the
if I need
frick?
to, I'll put it down.
Okay. Anyways. Oh, God. I ripped the book.
No.
Monster.
The priceless book. Sacred texts. Let's see. So, I'll just generally describe what you see here. You are in a beautiful garden. But I want to describe something because this, there's something really wrong about this garden. A twilit palace, as you approached on the birds, emerged dreamlike from the clouds. A great marble tower ringed by delicate spires, casting a shadow over rooftops above or below. Another tower teeters nearby, torn from its foundations and held aloft by this coiled beanstalk. Monstrous vines cling to the palace walls and choke the promontory of rock upon which it perches. As you look around, there are hundreds of birds burst from the canopy of the ancient forest below you and scattered in all directions as soon as you land. Moments later, this is not what I want. Well, the thing that you should know as you look around you is apart from the birds that suddenly like flew up from the garden, when you look around, you have this water right here. Actually, yeah, I think you would see this. No wind is moving through this area, and everybody else can make a perception check. Or everybody can make a perception check if you want.
16.
And then I have a question for Felsane, for Nia. 17. Okay, so Faith and Din, you realize when you look around and you see the birds fly up and you realize there's no wind, the grass is not moving, the trees are not moving, and then you look over into the stream and the water has like waves, but the waves are frozen and not moving.
Oh.
Would it be safe to insinuate that this may be a place where time no longer touches?
Probably. There's definitely something weird going on here. I'm going to go up to Felsane for a moment here. And I realized I did this wrong. And I only have one question. Nia, did you sneak out of this room? Did you cast Move Without a Trace or something like that? I can't remember.
I recall doing stealth stuff constantly.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
I don't have anything special like that, but I have like a +9 to stealth, so base 10.
I seem to recall that, but I needed to ask. Okay, that's all I need about Nia for now. Okay, back to the group. What do you all do? You see a pond here to your right. You hear the sounds of a party in a pavilion behind you. And there's a circle of stones here nearby. And then there are 2 towers on the back end of the garden on either side of you.
Shall we go crash the party?
And then there's also a main entrance to a palace, like, leading up on a terrace here.
No matter what we do, I retrieve my turtle from the head of the pterodactyl I was riding.
All right.
Caber kind of straddles his way up to Din. He's like, remind me why we're here again. Who are we looking for?
We are looking for Zybilna.
Zybilna.
Oh, yeah.
I was like morally there. Yeah, and she is some degree of frozen, and the unicorn horn that we have may unfreeze her.
Sounds good.
Additionally, there may be a Jabberwock here.
And then at that, Clapperclaw and Squirt the Oil Can are both like, and they cower, and they're like,
yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Yeah, that was the correct response to the words I just said. Yeah. If anyone, especially anyone heroic, sees a sword anywhere, pick it up, please, for the love of what remains of the
Tiny
multiverse.
Faith is just gonna look at Din and just be like, all stone-faced, like, what did you do?
You destroyed
That's
the
inappropriate.
multiverse.
I'm a child, sir. Me? No, I blame you for the multiverse problems.
You should never have been at the infinite staircase.
Well, apparently Helm disagrees with you, and
he
he's
destroyed
got
everything.
a little more power than you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Ugh.
There's a little thing
these
here.
birds do?
Yeah, let me describe what you see in the immediate area. You see a marble fountain rising from a plinth on the bank of the stream, overflowing as well with time-frozen water that's frozen in space, spilling from the mouths of sculpted animals. And there's a frozen spray surrounding the fountain that creates rainbows that shatter the light through the air. So like a mist, it's coming off at the bottom, but the sprinkliness is just like hanging in the air, and there's rainbows coming through it.
I poke at the mist to see what happens.
When you move your hand through the mist, your hand still feels wet, and the water droplets just hang on your hand, and you move an area and you clear it of mist, and it just displaces it in the air.
That's not normal.
Is this stream over here narrow enough that I can straddle it without stepping into it?
No.
Is there a stick nearby?
However, I want to note, since you came over here, you see a tree here. It is not moving in the wind. And over here, you see a gleaming axe embedded in a withered tree stump near a bend here.
Okay. I'm going to look near this tree for a stick on the ground.
All right. You find one.
All right. I'm going to momentarily set my massive, heavy ornithopter on the ground, pick up the stick, walk over to the stream, stick the stick in the stream, and then try to pull it out.
You stick the stick in the stream and pull it out, and it causes the water to just displace where you put in almost like perfectly like Play-Doh, except only the consistency of water. So like you put it in and it displaces it, and then you pull it out, and where the stick is pulled out, it displaces it more, and then just stays in place. Does that make sense? Like Play-Doh, yeah, but not with the...
I'm gonna pick up my ornithopter, and I'm gonna throw it in the stream.
You
Displacing a large amount of water.
The ornithopter in the stream, and it hits the water, and it still makes a splashing sound, and then it causes the water to like spike as it sprays up in multiple directions and then stays.
I'm gonna try to step in and like use it like a stepping stone and get across to the other side and then pick it back up from the other side.
Okay, you do that.
All right. At that point, I'm gonna get it back on my back and then shout out to the others, "Hey guys, I found something over here!" And then like slowly straddle. I imagine this thing is like so big that I can't like quite hold it off my own head, so it's kind of doing that thing like my head is like barely peeking out of it as I'm like struggling, and he's like has this like really wide stance just to like walk with it on his back.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Makes no sense. What's everybody else doing?
You see, he couldn't carry the ornithopter and the stick at the same time. It was the stick that broke the caber's back.
You can't lose inspiration in this game.
That's up to you. You are the DM.
Yeah, you can take it away if you want to.
You are God in this world. You have ultimate agency.
Take away.
To not act is a decision to act.
I don't feel like the party would vote against you if you said, "Can I take this away from him?" I feel like that was earned.
I wouldn't vote against you.
And he's the one who said it, so like...
I'm gonna move this. You have to move this token around with you the whole time as well, since you have a giant crane you're carrying around.
Oh, deal.
Controlled by... I'm gonna fix it.
It is an imaginary and real burden.
Represents none.
A
Controlled
motherfucking
by
bird plane.
Caber.
So I know
Safe.
that's not a sword, but it is an axe. Because you mentioned something about a sword earlier.
Right.
Yeah, it's very swordy. I don't think it'd be.
But I've never seen Caber play the guitar, so I don't know why it's an axe either.
Don't even get
We
that
need
one.
to stop.
I don't get
We
that
need
one.
to be defeated.
I honestly thought he was like making a reference I didn't understand when he mentioned the axe. I was just like, what the fuck's this about then? Okay.
Catawan,
No,
what are
no,
you
it's-
doing?
Axe right down
Maybe a
here.
Tin Man reference.
Oops, I moved you on
One
accident.
of us was without the heart.
What's Catawan doing?
Catawan stands with his arms crossed, looking out at the spectacle that's going on, and just like, and just waiting to move on to this party to see what's going on. But
Caber, what are we doing? Are you trying to get the axe? Is that what you're going to try to do?
Caber, trying to get Catawan to come over here and get this axe. That's what he does. He shouts out for Catawan specifically. He's like, "Hey, stop being a party pooper. Get over here."
How wide is this stream?
10
Don't
feet.
worry, I made a hole in it.
That's
I
true
made a hole in
too.
it.
There's like spiky, like there's splash, but the splash is like hanging in the air. You all right? Is
you
somebody
said
gonna?
something about an axe.
Yeah, look at it. Doesn't look shiny.
I investigate the axe.
You investigate the axe, and it's an axe. It's stuck in this stump, in this tree stump. It's quite large, though. It looks like a normal human would require 2 hands to use it, but otherwise, it does look like it looks like it's made to cut trees.
I try to pick it up.
I'd like to help him.
All right, how do you help him? What does that look like?
So how far? I imagine I'm on like the other side, like trying to lift up on like this far end of the axe, and he's on, where the handle part is.
What are your all strength scores?
Do we need to roll strength checks?
No, just wondering what your strength score is.
I have base stat of 11.
No, Catawan and Theron, sorry.
I have
Awesome
a,
help.
My strength is 20. Well, it's a +8.
You find that Catalan doesn't need your help. Catalan, you're able to lift with a little effort, and you lift it free, and you have this big wood cutting axe, unusually large in your hands.
I'd like to take a swing at some wood to see how it feels when I use it.
You swing at a nearby piece of deadfall, and you find it seems to smash through it particularly well, just like a knife through butter.
Do I determine what? Like, do I determine its stats?
Nope.
No. Oh, okay. Well, this should come in handy, I think.
I will tell you how much it weighs, if that matters. Like, do you have like a ton of stuff? Is that a problem right now?
No,
Okay.
I don't have.
Yeah, never mind then. It's not that bad. Okay. All right. What do we do next?
Now that you're an axe murderer, do you still want to go to the party?
Yes, please.
All
Well,
right.
like, is the party like in the castle, or is that like the entrance to the castle that we would have just straight up flown
Other way,
past?
opposite
There's
direction.
there's a pavilion down here to the south, across from the Circle of Stones.
Before
I vote against that. Let's not go to the party. Let's
Okay.
yeah,
Well, we'll talk
like
about
go
it.
into the castle.
Um,
I feel like those don't look like good people from here.
that thing kind of scares me.
They
Just
look
a
very
little bit.
murdery.
Yeah, someone who's
Yeah,
been
right.
hanging out here for the last ever probably isn't the most.
I could
That's-
actually, you see these people. They're not paying attention to you, but I can describe what you see. You see a
Sure.
human that is dressed very plainly, as well as a talking pumpkin, a elf noble that's dressed very well. You see a dwarf without a head. I'm sorry, he's headless, but he's holding his head, like Ichabod Crane or whatever. You know,
So
like
he's
holding it.
a dwarfahan.
Yeah, and you see a standing, talking brown bear holding a glass of wine, and another human that's very well dressed. That's what you see here. And what is the
What
deal?
humans?
What's
That's
this-
suspicious.
You're
What's
asking.
this large creature here?
That is a talking bear. I'm sorry to alarm you, but that is a bear that is standing on both of its legs, holding a wine glass
How is it holding the wine glass?
with a paw.
Does it look awkward, or does it have this wine sipping thing down?
It has it
Does it
down.
have like a pinky in the air?
Yeah, it has it down.
Oof.
It even
That's
kind of like
intimidating.
moves it around a little bit, you know, sometimes, and just kind of
I do not want to get
the
into a fight with
fragrance.
that bear.
Yeah.
some void bear. That's pretty scary. Can I see this over these hedges or trees or whatever they are? Because I mean, the map shows me it's there, but I wouldn't know if it's there if I can't see it unless it's like huge.
Yeah. No, it's not an inset. That's actually, you can see on the other side of that is a garden, and it has beautiful looking, brightly colored flowers, and it's surrounded by a wall. You can actually see some of the thorny bushes poking up over the wall. That some of there are roses, and the roses have white and black roses among them, and you can see glistening spider webs covering the rose bushes.
But I can't see the statue from this side.
Statue.
Yeah, the map shows a statue in the center of the
Oh yeah, there's a
garden.
statue in the center of the garden. That's right.
Does it look like it's a satyr? The map kind of makes it look like a satyr, so I'm like, oh, hey, that's a satyr. I'd be particularly interested in that.
When you look at the statue in the center of the garden, it does in fact look like a satyr.
Okay. Does it look like a familiar satyr that I would have known?
Nope.
Okay. With that, I will go and follow the group.
All right.
I have an idea. I would like to. There's the fountain here with the water. I would like to sort of grab some of the water, like cup it in my hands.
Okay, you do. It's like Play-Doh, and it just like stays like that. Yeah.
And I would like to sort of move my hands throughout the air, releasing a little bit of water at a time. And I would like to use that to write in the air, Din was here.
You do that. You deface this
I figured it out.
fairy haunted place, yes. Okay. Catalan. You're the caller right now. So, split in the group. Some people are saying go to the party. Others are saying no, they look dangerous. What do you think?
I think we should go into the castle and find Zybilna. That's what we're here to do.
I agree.
They could know where Zybilna is, but okay.
All right.
I
They
just
could
I
also
almost
be
forgot.
working for her.
We have bottles of lightning and rope. I would like to do the thing that the Germans did back in the First World War with their stick grenades, where they just bind a bunch of stick grenades together
Yeah.
into one really scary grenade. I'd
Yeah.
like to do that with the lightning bottles.
You make a cluster lightning grenade.
Lovely.
You
Love
can
to
remind
hear
me
it.
of it. Okay. Let's
Dear
see.
Lord.
If this is a lightning dragon, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Din and Theron, when you approach this door, it's a front gate. Ivy clings to a set of silvery gates embedded in the palace's outer walls. A luxuriant garden. You can see it back behind you where you were. And it's covered in ivy. I'm going to show you the picture of it because that's pretty. And what do you do?
I go and I try and open the door.
The door doesn't open.
I'd like to go up and knock on the door and say, "Is the lady of the house home?"
You could make a. Both you and Theron can make investigation or perception checks. And
I'd love perceiving.
as soon as you say that, all of a sudden the doors open. And you see behind the door a little girl.
It me.
You say that
Gosh, the
character.
monsters are taking the form of our friends.
Yeah.
It's like
You're not
gravity,
dead.
no end.
Not gonna lie, if they start attacking me after he just said that, I'm just done.
What'd you get, Theron, on your roll?
I got a 5.
A 5. And then, Din, you got a 19? Or a
Very
17?
perceptive. It was the 19. The 17 was the previous one.
You see behind the vine, or on the side of the door where the vine is, there is a inscription that's written there that's been carved out. It says, "The lion or the hart must wear the crown, but which one should weigh it down?"
Is heart spelled like beating heart or like I'm gonna hunt that?
Like a rabbit, like you're gonna hunt that.
All right.
So you see behind the door when it opens, and it's clear that she. And as soon as you knock on the door, the person is the lady of the house here. The person that opens the door is little Nia.
Nia was
The lady
Zybilna
of the
the
house
whole
now.
time.
Yes. This is how it is.
What do you all say to each other?
I gotta turn my camera back on. I do exactly this. Sup.
You're not dead.
It's good to see you, Nia.
No thanks to you, and good to see you too, bud.
There was nothing I could do, okay? I tried.
Except start it and run away! Ah! And then she just like proceeds to throw a like mini tantrum and start banging on the wall right there.
Like a child.
Yes.
Let's see if anything hears it.
Stand there looking at her.
Oh, good thing it rolled back the other way. You see, actually, I'll describe what you see here. You see walls along this hall are illustrated with painted panels depicting a starry sky. The paintings show what a viewer would see if they were looking out a set of windows into a clear, moonless night. Apart from that, there is a door here, a double door, over here, and then there are doors on the north walls and one to the west.
Which door did I come through?
You would have snuck your way through this door over here, probably.
Hey,
Okay,
Nia,
was there anything between where I was and this hall that I need to tell them about, or can I just be like, well, she's not in that library down there?
I'm going to assume that you, like, hunkered down and snuck your way from the library to the hallway. So you could tell them that there's an interdimensional library that's a pocket plane that connects to, apparently, you can tell them about the Stygian library if you want. But then apart from that, you made it into the hallway, you made it to the stairs, you made it down the stairs, which is over here, and then through this door.
So there were like no other rooms though on my path.
I'm going to say no, because I'm going to say you followed her instructions and snuck and tried to get there, yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't mean like that I explored. I just mean like, can I just say, yeah, there's no reason to go through this door. There's nothing there but a library.
Well, the whole second floor of the mansion was up there. You just went from the hallway straight to the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, without
Never
going into
mind.
any of the other rooms or anything.
I do not tell them about the Stygian library because I don't feel like that's important for them.
All right.
do you
But
know
I do
where
look
Zybilna
squarely at
is?
Catalan, and I slowly hold up my book. I say, look what I found. I found another copy of The Lady in the Ark.
Fascinating.
I wonder if I still have it. I think I do.
If you don't, I might actually have it fucking saved in my Google Drive.
I guess, my library is where I would go. My library, lady. Nope.
Tabletop gaming stuff.
Anyways,
Dungeons and Dragons.
so what do you guys do?
I look at Katawan, since he's now the de facto leader.
Okay, well, obviously this is where we split the party, go in groups of two. No, just kidding. Let's see. Well, I guess we just start trying doors. Nia, you said this one here is a no-go?
No, yeah, ignore all that. That one, I say, leads to the second floor, but the library didn't have anything useful in it. Except, me.
Okay, well, let's try this door then in front of Theron. Let's try her out.
You open the door, and I will describe what you see. It's not locked. You see, similar to what you saw in in Yon at Motherhorn Palace, you see this chasm beneath you full of lightning. Let me see how far you can see. Oh, you can't see very well. But I think you should be able to see from there. Maybe not. Let me think. Let me look it up.
While he's looking that up, Nia just starts like flipping through her book and looking at notes she scribbled in it for a reminder because she feels like she's forgetting something important. And then she like looks at whoever's not Faith that is the closest person and is just like, "Hey, did you guys pass a garden on your way here?"
Yeah, it was all gardens.
Cool. Did you find any hats or crowns?
No, but there was a poem on the door that had kind of seemed poemy that mentioned crowns and lions and hearts.
Yeah. Somebody. I don't remember who. Somebody told me things, and I just like keep flipping. I'm like, aha! This thing here. There's a lion and or heart and crowns that are hidden in the garden, and we can put them on the things to open the things.
Okay, where are the things? The first thing.
What are the things?
I point at the lion. That thing. Pointing at the lion statue door thing. I think that's the thing. We need to put a crown on the thing. But the crown is hidden in the thing, the garden thing.
Okay.
A lot of things.
You're saying the word thing an awful lot.
Well,
to clarify,
we're looking for a thing.
I feel like I'm deciphering it.
Is that what happens when you get eaten by hag? You just have the word thing added to your vocabulary, and you have to like
Probably
say
a lot worse have words to pick up after getting eaten.
Theron and Katawan, when you step out into this ledge, these platforms are up above you, but you think you hear voices, and there are windows, and they're partially enclosed, but they're suspended over this great chasm, and that's what you see looking out over this.
And we see the stairs on both sides leading up to.
Yeah, leading up to
steps.
these enclosed places up above you there. Yeah.
I poke what Caber's carrying and say, "Are you alright, or is this some kind of growth?"
I'm all right. This is my new friend. It's all right. It's my new friend. She's just a little large.
It's not alive. It's an inanimate object.
Caber just glares at you.
My best friends have been inanimate objects.
Nia also glares at Theron, who hates
glare
inanimate
back.
objects and tries to destroy them.
And then
I glares at both of them.
then Caber's going to point at the oil can.
Well, that's an animate object.
Speaking of animate objects, what are my birds doing?
They're just waiting there obediently in the garden.
No, my birdcage birds.
They are angrily like
What
flapping
do you
it.
want? What is your deal? Can you speak?
They cannot speak.
Can I read you?
What do? You try to read one?
Yeah.
You grab it. And when you grab it, here I'm going to take a sheet of paper. It's like this. It's like
That's not getting picked up at all.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wait, Ross, move your
All right. I'll just.
That was priceless.
but then
Asking
you're-
again.
you're able to read it though. And I'll tell you what it says. It says
that it's correspondence between the hags.
no. I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. Ignore that.
Souls of lost children. That's what-
What really disappoints me is every time he says, "Ignore that," nothing actually pops up on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it says, Lord Kellek, I have written a new play titled
I put it back in. All right, there's nothing interesting going on here. I'll just
All that
set
work,
the bird
and he
cage
just
down
fucking
by
spits
the
on
other
it.
birds.
I'm sorry. Also, the name. Well, actually, only you would have seen this, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The name was Kelikropius.
Kelikropius, my age-old enemy. Do I know who that is?
No way. There's no way you know who Kelikropius
All right,
is.
excellent. Love to hear it. I'll just like go out and set it down with the other birds, and then come back with the group.
All right.
Okay. This mystery's been solved.
I'm just gonna like skulk stealthily around this area and try to figure out if this is the garden in the circle here.
Yeah. I'm sorry, in the circle.
Yeah,
In the wall that has the statue inside of it and all the cobwebs. I was just literally walking 10 feet at a time in a circle around that whole thing.
All right. You see a statue. It's like a satyr. I'll go. Let's see. It looks like he's in the middle of playing on some pipes.
Is there anything on his head?
No. And then there are all sorts of rose bushes as well as spider webs all along the rose bushes. And there's a wall here. But you could get over the wall if you wanted to.
Kaber, being a musician, would like to look at his stance and his posture and see how he's holding the flute and see what note it is that he's playing.
You could make a performance check, or you could make an intelligence check but add your performance skill modifier.
Okay, that's a really long way to give me a -2 to the roll, so I'm not going to do that. We'll just do straight performance.
I should also note that as you more closely examine the rose garden, and that's clearly what it is. It's rose bushes that have, and they're roses. Each of the rose bushes have a different color: black, blue, green, red, and white.
What if we weaved a crown of roses? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
There was more to do than just the crown, right?
Well, what I learned from what I'm certain is my personal hell or heaven is that anything white wants to catalog your soul, so let's not touch the white roses.
While you don't recognize the satyr, you do recognize the tune that he is just about to play, like the chord that's about to be blown, and this is sort of complicated, but I think that you would be able to do this. Man, that is really hard. That would be hard for anybody, but I think you could do it.
Just what other? I think so. If you play guitar, you know where the frets are on the guitar and be able to put your same place. I think the same thing with the flute, right? So
it's just giving you one chord, though. That plus the look on his face and his demeanor and stance could give you the sense of what
with stuff about satyrs.
Sorry,
I was saying that complied with my inherent knowledge of satyrs that I've learned throughout my years.
Can I cast detect bots on the satyr?
Starting with Kaber, you are sure that this sort of that reminds you of the music that you heard in Revelry. Yes, you use your helm of telepathy.
Yep.
It says it's like, oh look, some more idiots. Look, they're probably going to get frozen too. Idiots. People come and go. They come and go. No one's ever seen. Why are they standing around? Why are they looking at me?
Okay, I have some good news and some bad news.
You say this to his brain?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no. I say it to everyone else.
Oh, okay.
I say this aloud. He's totally alive. And and cognizant.
Wait, is that the good news or the bad news?
It's all the same news. He's also an asshole. I guess that's the bad news.
Hayward puts down the ornithopter, gets right up in Din's face, and sticks his finger out and goes, "Hey, you have one too."
One.
Yeah,
what?
but like it doesn't define me. I wear pants.
His doesn't define him either, just because he can't fit into pants.
There are absolutely baggy pants in the world. Anyway, he seems to think that there's a significant risk that we ourselves will get turned to stone, and that's probably not good.
Oh,
Hey,
what?
Satyr, what happened to you?
You say that into his brain?
Say that out loud.
He says, "What? Can't they see that I'm a statue? These idiots. Why are they talking here? I just want to dance. Wine. Delicious wine."
Oh, great. He's a satyr. I can hear you.
Nia dances tauntingly.
Are they crazy? Have they already gone mad in this place? Everyone goes mad here eventually. Can he hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to.
No, there's no way he can hear me. That's insane. I'm insane. I'm probably
hear
going
you,
insane.
and you're a loser.
Nia's gonna turn to Faith and just be like, if something bad goes wrong here, come save me. And then I want a blink dagger right on top of the satyr's head.
A bold move.
As soon as you do that, well, you can move your token. Can you move your token in there?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as you do that, 3 creatures arise from the nearby bushes.
Yeah, that's right. Never listen to my warnings. What do I know?
I'm just gonna lean down and be like, if I go down, you're going down too, motherfucker.
You say that to who?
To the statue.
Why are you talking to a statue?
Yeah,
Because you
and the
told me he's alive, you jerk.
Then you hear the statue think, "Yeah, why is she talking to the statue? These people are mad. They're mad. They're crazy."
All right. Well, what are the Ettercaps thinking?
They come out of the bushes and you hear like clicking and clacking, and like of their mandibles and stuff, and they start to just like slowly like lurk toward Nia.
Well, I'm glad that we had Nia back for 5 seconds.
Padawan jumps in and attacks one of them.
Okay.
Here we go.
I'd like to straddle
With
my
his
ornithopter
giant axe.
and begin to fly over the garden.
All right, you start flying over the garden with your. It's gonna take. I'm gonna say that it's gonna take you like 2 rounds to like get it out, get it to unfold, get on it, start to command it, get off the ground, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely not an instantaneous thing to hop on an ornithopter and fly around.
You got to do your pre-flight checks. It's a whole.
It's a whole thing.
Since it's voice activated, couldn't he just be like, "Fly, you fool," and then just wait for it to do it itself?
Yeah, I kind of assumed
You
that.
have to be on it. You have to be on it, writing it and stuff, and then give it commands.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like he
Anyways, moving on.
plays instruments, right? So
Catawan, you get a surprise round, and you can. Everybody else can roll for initiative.
30-20.
What did it do? I don't know why it did 2 of them, but
Nia got a 10 and Faith got a 9.
all right.
I should remember how to do
22.
damage.
So, Catawan, you're able to act twice essentially, because you get a free round because you have surprise, and then you're at the top of the round, and then the next person is Din, and then oh gosh, my pencil's broken, and then let's see, then we've
I got
got
30-20 by the way.
oh my bad, never mind. So that would be Theron next, then Din, then the Caber, and then Nia. Or then Faith and then Nia. And then the monsters go last. So, Catalan, you can act twice.
I should be Nia than Faith.
Okay.
I need the stats for my axe.
Are you attacking with your axe?
Yes, I am.
All right. You can roll to hit and add +1.
$11.
11. It misses. But you can act again if you want.
I do. 12.
Misses again. But wait, you can also I'm sorry, you can add your attack modifier.
Oh, okay.
You know, on top of that, attack modifier plus d20 plus 1.
It's already +1. Do I?
So it'd be plus another one.
So it'd be +2. So your total would be +2. So you got 12 for the first one, 13 for the second one, 13 hits. You would roll 1d12. However, you're going to have to put anything else you're using away, because it takes 2 hands to wield this thing.
I don't have a shield or anything.
Okay.
So just 1d12, no modifier or anything?
Nope.
Okay. 4 damage.
Actually, I'm sorry. It does have a +1 because it's a +1, but it has some other things too. But I'm not going to tell you what it does. You have to find out. So that means you got a
13.
Oh, you. Okay. Sure. 13. Let's see here. All right. You hack into an ettercap, barely missing it, nicking one of its arms, and this bloody ichor flies up, and you hear an insectoid screech coming from it, and that makes it Theron's turn.
I would like to cast Mind Sliver at the nearest one to me. It has to succeed an Intelligence 13 saving throw.
Let's see. Intelligence 16 minus 2 is 14.
It passes.
All right.
And then I'm going to walk up to it and whack it.
All right.
Where is it? Short sword for a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
For 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. Same thing. When you whack at this thing with your child toy, it unusually seems to crunch into it, making it very much not like a child's toy. And that makes it Din's turn.
All right. A little question of like barriers and stuff. If I stood up upon this rock here, can I see everyone? Do I have line of sight on enemies, or how does line of sighting work?
You can see everything that's going on here inside the rose garden. Oh, you're outside the rose garden. You would probably need to get up on the wall, and then you would be able to see everything going on inside the rose garden.
All right, satisfactory. I would like to go up onto the wall and then shoot some things.
All right.
With arrows.
All right.
Yep. Take the attack action. I'd like to shoot at the dude that Catalan is fighting.
Okay.
Which is a 29 to hit.
29 hits.
All right, and that does 11 magical piercing damage. Plus, I will use my Dreadful Strikes ability to do an additional 2 psychic damage.
This magic arrow strikes into it, and you hear it squeal again in pain.
And then I would like to shoot another arrow, because I got 2 attacks, on the at the one that Theron is fighting.
All right.
Press the buttons. That's a 24 to hit
That hits.
for 13 magical longbow damage. And an additional 2 psychic damage.
All right. You also like loose another magic arrow into the one in front of Theron, and it squeals also in pain, and
I end my turn.
that makes it Caber's turn.
I will use my turn to mount my Ornithopter.
Let's see. It's going to take. I think I said it'll take 3 turns because you're going to have to 2 turns on. Yeah, 2 turns on the third thing. So you're going to command it to open. So it's opening, right? On this turn. And then you're going to get on it and take off and fly. And then you'll be good to go.
Okay.
All right. So you use your movement?
I thought you said it was going to take my time to get up there.
No,
My plan was mount it and then fly in there, and then you said it's going to take multiple turns. I was like, okay, well.
Yeah, like he wasn't in there if it wasn't open. It was basically...
I thought he was in there. Okay, gotcha.
Come in and do a heroic rescue of Nia, like in a air evac, and then it's going to take 5 turns. So I'm just going to wait out here and kickstart this thing to get going.
Let me see here. Handouts. Huh. Here we go. I think this. Let me take a look at it.
So, all the greenery within this wall is bushes, right? None of it's trees?
Yeah, they're all rose bushes, and they all have those different colors of roses.
Is there any correlation between what bushes the creatures walked out of, or was it just whatever one they were in, of it, regardless of what's on it?
I think alternately, Caber, you can just fly around on it. But yeah, I'm going to say that with its like ability to fold in on itself, you have to unfold it and then take a turn to mount it and then give it a command and then you can fly. Or you can just get on it and give a command and fly. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Sean?
I was just wondering if there was any correlation between like what bushes the bugs walked out of, or if it's just they walked out of whatever one they were in, it doesn't matter.
No, there's not any correlation. They were just hiding in the bushes. They were hiding there, yeah. Okay, is there anything else for your turn, Caber?
I mean, does that take my action to do that? That's what I do.
Okay, so yeah, you take your action to command it to unfold on that turn. Nia.
All right.
Testing.
I want to. What was what?
I hear a weird noise.
I didn't hear it. That might have been a door slamming or something on my end, even. I don't know. Since the other two already seem to be handled, I would like to like teleport into this bush here and just like use my hide.
Okay.
Like,
Go
can
for
I blink and hide?
Yeah. You can try. Are you a rogue?
I am.
Aha, yes, that is something you can do. I think you can do that as a bonus action, but you have to roll for it.
What do I roll for it?
Stealth.
Okay. Well, that's easy enough. Does an 18 hide me?
You're hidden in the bushes. That's your bonus action, and the blink dagger I think takes an action.
Is the main action.
Yeah, and then do you have and you don't have another one? Okay, and then
nope,
Faith.
That's what I'm gonna do for that. So Faith is gonna hop, and then I measured, so she's just gonna like. Sorry, I keep grabbing Blue. I don't know why I can even touch him. I'm just gonna like go around this way because I managed to measure out 30 feet, and I'm gonna just like put a bonfire under this bug's ass.
All right.
Like right here on the top edge of him.
I can't remember. I think that's a dexterity saving throw if they get caught near it. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Let me get. Hold on just a second. Is that? Are you guys hearing that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hearing like a fuzz now.
It's sort of like static.
Give me a second.
It's not me. I just muted and it's still going. So.
Company.
All right. Sorry.
I wonder if that could happen to Jabberwock.
Fire.
Could eat us all.
Yes, it's a 16 dex save, and I entirely understand the consequences of using fire in a garden of rose bushes.
Indeed. It fails.
Then it takes 2 fire damage.
Which one are you doing that to?
Just the one that's right here by my girls.
Okay. This whole
And I
place starts
assume all
to
of us at
engulf.
this point.
Yeah, it starts to. The whole place starts to engulf in flames.
That's the story of how I lost my children in a rose garden.
All right. And how much damage again? 2 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
2 fire damage.
They are not having this crap. This is crazy, and they are definitely going to try to run away. And you all can make opportunity attacks if you want, or you can let them run away.
Oh, I very much want opportunity attacks.
I'll make
Alright.
my opportunity attack.
15 to hit on
Hits.
Nia's opportunity attack, which she's also hiding, so does she still get the sneak attack bonus?
Yep. You kill one.
18 damage.
What did everybody else get?
I got a 17 to hit
That hits.
for 10 damage.
You killed another one.
10 to hit.
Misses. Katawan, that hits. And you got 8 damage. That did not kill it. Caber, Blue, you guys are going to try to hurt these things?
I'd love to, but I'm not in melee range.
You can see it if you're going to try to shoot at them. Oh, wait, it
Oh,
has to be a
you would-
melee attack. It's an opportunity attack. That's right.
Alright, well.
But, Caber is also not. Okay. One of them runs away like, "Ooh, ooh," like squealing as you've just like murdered its family and set its home on fire. And now these rose bushes are burning as the fire spreads. And you can see as it starts to affect several of the roses that that all of a sudden all of the vines there wither, and they seem to die all at once.
So there was something more than the bugs in here that I just killed.
And you
Vines,
probably
are you
have
referring
like
to?
1 or 2 actions before Theron, Faith, and Nia will need to make saving throws against the spreading fire. Meanwhile,
I'm gonna...
Din, you can hear the statue going, "No, no, not like this, not like this. This isn't how I wanted it to happen."
And I'll dramatically take the helmet off.
All right. You no longer hear its screams of fear as it's motionless and unable to do anything about the fire that's spreading toward it.
And the wall is like... I'm picturing like a stone wall, like an old, wall made of stones, not like a wooden fence, right?
It's just like, like a stone wall, yeah. A
I'm
quaint
just gonna get on the other side of it.
pastoral stone wall, yeah. The fire
Wait, out
does
of
stop there.
initiative?
Yeah, you're out of initiative.
Can I shoot the thing that's running away?
Yeah, you can try to do that.
Alrighty.
Everybody's in kind of a
You-
murder
you-
hobo mood today.
And they're evil!
Dude, I worked
Ross.
14 hours yesterday, and these bugs just tried to eat
They're,
me. So yeah,
just,
The amount of
they're just
times
in
that-
their house, like doing
They're
their
evil!
thing, and then you just like
This
teleported
is
in.
like you trying to condemn us for killing the babies. It's like, listen, man, they're evil. They deserve it. Anyway, that's a 26 to
it
hit.
hits.
Alright, that does a lot of damage. 16 magical damage,
You still don't
Plus
kill it, but I know you can attack it again.
3 psychic damage.
16, 18. All right. It's still kicking. but it's
All
like
right, well, I
literally
get to
kicking because it
attack.
has one leg as it's clawing away from its dead family. Like,
Yeah,
why?
no.
Why would this
Don't
happen to
worry.
me? What did I do?
That's
I
20
would like
to hit
to blink to it and stab it.
Oh my
for
god!
15 magical arrow damage.
What is your all's alignment?
+4. My alignment is good, Ross. No, it isn't.
It's now neutral.
It was always neutral. They're
Neos is
evil
already neutral.
monsters.
They're not evil. Not evil at
They're
all.
They attacked us. That's what evil means, Ross.
They didn't attack you, actually.
They
You
did
all
attack us.
attacked them, actually.
It looked like they were going to attack us. I mean, all I did was walk in there and they surrounded me as a
If
child.
you
Solo
teleported
isn't
into
evil
my
because
house,
he
I
shot
would also be
first.
like, "What are you doing in my house?"
You would try to eat us?
They didn't try to eat
If I
you.
teleported,
They were
if I
trying to eat
teleported
us.
on top of the head of the living statue in the middle of your home, I think
Anyways,
you got other things to worry about than me teleporting
what is Nia's alignment?
Neutral.
Uh,
Although technically she didn't do anything since
It's
he
still-
fired a second shot and killed it.
yeah, okay. It's still neutral anyway. Okay, you guys are neutral.
The
Also,
best alignment.
you don't hear the screams of Xenopax as the statue is slowly burned to a crisp.
Hey, can you, for the love of all that you think is holy, go somewhere without destroying it?
I mean, the bugs were gonna eat Nia.
Anyways, what's
Yeah.
everybody
He
else doing?
wasn't being helpful.
Nia can survive.
I just
being
ignore him and just
established
both my
that.
girls just walk off.
Just such an evil person.
Caber, you were over here trying to get your crane out, your ornithopter in time. The ornithopter folds out, you getting ready to mount it, and then you look over and you just see someone like cast a fire and just like they just start shooting and hacking and they kill two of these things and two of them flop over the fence. One of them's running like bounding away, and then Din shoots it, tearing one of its legs off, and it's crawling away, and then shoots it again, it dies. And then Nia teleports over there with a knife, but then looks and sees that it's dead and walks off.
Pretty much.
I imagine Caber misses most of it as he's sitting over here pulling the pull start of his ornithopter, trying to get it started. And then once he finally looks up, as its wings start flapping, he looks up and sees nothing but a big ball of fire. And I guess, like, immediately his jaw just drops and his eyes swell up. And then he sees his friends standing outside of it. And
Ah, shit.
I think he then kind of just... did I see this thing showing up?
Hey, hey guys, what's going on over here? And there's a big,
Nia.
like 9-foot bear holding a drink, like, and like, what's
Jeez, oh Pete, man.
Oh, hey
Yeah,
there.
it's in the shadow of this rock here.
Well, what's is everything all right? Does anybody need some help or anything?
Caber just points
To the
at
fire.
the fire. Yes.
Oh, golly gee, oh goodness. Well, the garden's on fire, guys. Well, you know what they say about preventing forest fires.
Oh no,
Fuck, I knew this was coming.
I didn't. I've been blindsided.
I saw this come from a mile away.
Can't bear it.
Is your name Smokey?
No, Smokey. Listen, we don't have time for introductions right now. We've got a big fire here. How are we going to put this fire out, kids?
Oh,
Speaking of which, how did we have a big fire, kids?
Listen, if we talked about every time we accidentally destroyed a realm, we'd be here for a long time. So let's just.
Faith,
You would be here for a long time.
Faith
I have
just backs
avoided
away and hides
destroying
behind this
any
tree.
realms.
Oh, good golly gee. I have an idea. Let me see here. And then he like starts like pulling a bunch of water together into like a big water ball because it just hangs in the air, and then slowly pushes the water ball like until he gets it in here and starts like trying to throw it in here. And
Every time he tries to throw it, it just goes nowhere. Does it make firefighting really difficult?
It's difficult to do, and he is a big bear, but he's really trying, and he puts his wine glass down really slowly on a stump nearby, and then he starts getting to work trying to put out the big fire here.
I would like to use the druidic knowledge of my false past from my thing being stolen to be like, hey, part of nature is destruction, so just let it happen.
My goodness.
Now listen, young lady, I used to think like you did.
Not evil yet.
I once thought like that, and well, that's how I ended up like this.
How did thinking like that turn you into a giant, scary bear?
I was always a giant, scary bear. I liked that part. But I wasn't a talking, wino scary bear. This is new for me. I angered the water spirits. I took fish from a water stream I wasn't supposed to. That's why I came here to see Zybilna. To try to get her to help turn me back into a normal bear.
You pissed off water spirits and they gave you the ability to talk and manipulate water and get drunk?
Yeah.
That's the problem with bears. They're shitting all over our...
Anyways, look, I'm going to get back to work because I've learned my lesson, and, well, I'm going to do the best I can until I get my audience with Zybilna, just as soon as she sees me in there.
I just sit in this river and just sit.
It takes him like an hour. By the time he has put out the fire, that statue is like completely crisp. It's done.
I'll put the helmet of telepathy back on. Very cautiously.
You hear nothing coming from that statue.
Oh god, I'll take it back off. You killed him.
Killed who? Oh golly gee. Did you guys hurt Gary?
Ignoring all of that, I'm just gonna go around and touch bushes.
Only one of us hurt Gary.
Now listen,
it was a murder.
I think we've all learned an important lesson here today.
I have learned
it's
nothing.
Up to us to prevent
She's
fires.
learned nothing.
I'm going around just touching any destroyed bushes and just casting Druidcraft and making them bloom again.
I don't think she'd know what morality was if it hit her.
You actually make the rose bushes bloom back, and you have these beautiful multicolored roses that sprout from them each. White, black, red, blue, and one other color.
Green.
Yellow, I think you said.
Green. Yeah.
Sure, it's green.
Black, blue, green, red, white. Yeah, green.
Yeah, it's all the ghost magic.
Well, anyways, try to, not murder anybody, and listen, it's up to us to prevent fires. Remember that, kids. And then he takes his wine glass gently from the stump, and he walks back to the party.
Sounds like the party goers have no idea what's going on with Zybilna.
As he's walking away, Nia would like to blink onto his head.
Oh, not again.
Why?
Don't you remember what happened the last time you did that?
All right. Before you do that...
And then...
before you do that, you don't do that yet. You don't do that yet. Let's go back.
I see that. I understand that. Yes.
Before you do that, what's your intention? Let's start there.
I want to check him for a crown while asking him if he knows where the crown is.
Okay. You don't have to blink on his head to do that. You can do that. You can do that. Okay. Do you want to blink on his head to do that?
I do want to blink onto his head to do that.
I'll move you back.
No.
Okay. You blink onto his head and promptly fall to his shoulders, and he's like, "Oh, hello there, young girl. What are you doing up there now?"
I am looking for the crown that you might know where is if you're not wearing.
No, I don't have any crown or anything like that. I'm just a humble forest bear.
But do you know where the crown is, humble forest bear?
No, I don't know of anyone with a crown around here.
It would be made of stone, probably, and hidden somewhere in the garden.
Well, I've just been here at this party for, how long have I been here? Well,
No time at all,
An
or all
hour?
the time ever. Things do not seem to move here.
I don't know how long I've been at this party, but I'm here waiting for an audience with Zybilna. Are you here to see Zybilna too?
Something like that, and then I just like jump off and just start walking away. Without further explanation.
Alright.
Could this ring of stones be a crown abstractly?
You don't see a crown. I will describe what you see in the garden, okay? Just so you know kind of what your options are, right?
Yeah.
You see the standing stone, which I'll describe in a moment. The pavilion where the party is. You see the fountain over here where you guys landed. You see this area over here with the rose garden that's now charred, except for the new rose bushes and the stump that had the axe in it. And then you see a pond over here with lily pads. And then finally, the last two features you see are two towers that rise up on either end of the garden. One of which has a set of stairs. Those are the things that you see in the garden.
Well, it was very explicitly worded that the crown was hidden in the garden.
Yeah, those are the places in the garden that you could see. And then when you get here, you see 12 moss-covered stones in a ring on a small clearing, and an arcane sigil is inscribed on the inside of each stone, facing inward. And the space that's between the stones is completely free of vegetation.
I start poking the arcane sigils.
Make an Arcana check.
It's
Nia
17.
wanders off.
Theron, you determine that this is a teleportation circle. And as you examine the sigils, you determine that they meet a pattern. And you're certain that if that pattern were applied to other teleportation circles, it would come back to this teleportation circle.
I relay that to the rest of the group.
Well, that might be useful.
All right. What do you guys do?
I think it's time we crash this party, fellas.
Nia kind of just wandered off. She's just looking. Faith is just following the guys.
Okay. You approach the party, and there are 7 guests here. One of them is a talking bear, and around a picnic table, covered in an emerald green cloth and laden with cakes and teapots and teacups and cutlery. There are 2 guests that are motionless and silent, but the others are engaged in spirited conversation. At the back of the pavilion, a string quartet of badgers play a delicate chamber music tune.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your soiree, but you all wouldn't happen to know of any crown that's been lying around these parts, have you?
Well, hello there. How are you doing? My name's Sume, and then he's got like a pumpkin with him, and the pumpkin's like vicious. The pumpkin's like and like tries to attack you like a dog, and then he's like, oh, hey, easy there, Yamzu, easy Yamzu, and holds the pumpkin down, and he's like, Oh, I'm real sorry about that. Yamzu has well, she's got a real temperamental personality, and what was your question?
You all haven't seen anything of that would resemble a crown.
Crown? Well, not really. All I've seen, I came through here. I came from hold on. Let me see it here. Hold on. Give me a second. I came from the town of West Harbor. I don't know if you heard of it, but well, a lot of my family members, they talked about a fairy godmother, and I thought it was hogwash, but and he's holding this pumpkin. The pumpkin's like, and he's talking, and he's like, well, then I talked to a wizard. And that wizard, he said the fairy godmother's a real thing. So, I did some kind of ritual. I put some stuff out at night, and the next thing I knew, I woke up here at these gates. And, well, I asked the staff, I said, I want to see the fairy godmother. And they said, well, you go over there and you enjoy yourself some tea and some cakes. And I came over here, and when was that? I can't remember how long that was, how long I've been here, but I'm waiting here to talk to Zybilna.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble there, bud, but Zybilna is frozen and is incapable of seeing anybody right now. Yeah, she's frozen in her palace.
What? Why would she be? Why? And then the pumpkin's just like, I'm like trying to get away like a dog, like flopping off on the side, and he's like holding it and trying to hold it down.
Well, what's the deal with the pumpkin?
Oh, that's this here's Yamzu. And well, Yamzu, you know, the family got used to Yamzu having a talking or a pet pumpkin around. We got used to that, but well, then she started eating my sheep, and well, we can't have that. So I came here to ask Zybilna if she could help Yamzu learn not to eat people. I mean sheep.
Whoa, people, huh?
Sheep.
Well, that's one bad pumpkin, Harry. Yeah.
Sheeple.
Anyways, I'm sure if she's frozen, they'll get it figured out here soon. They put on a good party for us.
Who is it exactly that put this party on for you?
Well, the Badgers, they came out and they told us, and they're singing music, and well, they come out with treats every so often. New cakes, things like that.
Right. Catalan walks over to talk to the Badgers.
They're playing music. Do you ask them to stop?
Yeah, I do. Excuse me. Could you cut the music for a second? I got some questions for you.
The one stops playing a violin, and the other one's like stops playing a stringed instrument, and they like look up at you, and like just stare at you.
Thank you. So how long has this party been going on?
Hey there. I don't know. These are the guests we were told to entertain.
Who told you to entertain them?
Oh, well, the ladies, of course. The three ladies.
Right. Okay. That answers my question.
Oh, they're so nice. Have you met them? And the other one's like, yeah, they're great.
They're just lovely. You wouldn't have happened to have seen a crown lying around anywhere, would you?
Hey, Yam Shuffler, have you seen a crown anywhere? And then like a more portly badger, he's like, no, I ain't seen no crowns. And then, yeah.
Right. Well,
Apple Lover, have you seen any crowns? Nope, I didn't see no crowns.
Right. Well, thank you for indulging me in some questions. You can continue with your music now.
It seems to you that these people, and you can certainly figure out what's going on with the rest of them. There's the bear is here, the dwarf that is holding his own head, two nobles, and the badgers playing music and stuff. But it seems, there's the badgers. Oh, they have badger tokens. I missed it. Oh, do they have them playing violins?
It just looks like a badger face.
They don't, but they do have a token, which is at least good. Anyways.
To be fair, they'd be very specific use items if they had musical instruments.
Well, this is Dungeons and Dragons, and it's specific enough to note that they do have proficiency in performance with the stat bonus. So,
excuse me.
So I have to take the Awakened Badger stat block and then apply the proficiency bonus to performance, if I were wanting to be that way. Anyways, it's clear to you that like these people don't know what's going on, and they seem to be not entirely frozen in time like the water, but they don't seem quite right
unaware.
Either. Yeah.
Like, time is supposed to be passing for them, but when they try to think about it, they can't understand why it's not.
Right. Theron, where are you going?
I'm looking at this pond.
Okay. There are willow trees that are encircling this shallow pond here. There are lily pads that are dotting its mirror-like surface. Hungry dragonflies are flying about, and they're feeding on motionless fireflies that form an unmoving cloud that's hanging over the still water. Yeah, that's what you see. What do you do?
I'd like to knock on a lily pad and ask if anyone's currently living in the pond.
You knock on a lily pad, you say that, and then all of a sudden the water starts to part, and a delicate hand made of water comes up, black as winter's night, silently breaking the water surface. The hand is clutching a crown made of silver needles, and below the hand, under the surface, a school of shimmering black fish takes on a vaguely humanoid form.
I ask the fish if I can take the crown.
It hands it to you.
I take the crown.
You hear a whisper on a wind. You haven't felt any wind since you came here. All of a sudden there's a wind and you hear the beginning of whenever, the end of ever after, the start of an age, the finale of every moment, the first in history. And that's where we'll stop tonight.